All right, everyone, this is your second video for solving simultaneous equations and through substitution. And so you know your answer is going to end up being an xy coordinate of some kind. Now, pause the video, try it yourself first, and then check your answers as you go and see if you can do it. But please try it first yourself. Okay, so now that you're back, I'm going to go through this faster than I did the last one. Maybe not the algebra, but as the sketching and stuff like that, because you've already seen it once, and you can go through more detail in the first video. But here we go for this one. So in this case, we're doing it by substitution. And we want our scenario to substitute x into y or y into x. And I have two x's and two y's. And when I consider this, this would be the worst choice. I want to choose either these y's or these x's because there's a 1 in front of the coefficient of 1 for each of those variables. So it makes for an easy substitution. And since this one's positive, I'm going to choose to solve for x here, which means I'm going to bring the y over there and the 2 over there. So it's going to be x is equal to positive y minus 2. So I add y and I subtract 2 to both sides. And so I'm going to take this x and plug it in for this x. And so it's 3. Well, x is y minus 2. Minus y minus 2 is 0. Distribute the 3. Minus y minus 2 is 0. And so then I get 2y minus 8 is 0 because I collect the like terms. Bring the 8 over. Divide by 2. And y is 4. And once I have y being 4, then I can plug it into either of these equations to get the x value. And so easiest is just to go x is equal to y, which is 4, minus 2, which is 2. And so my solution is x comma y is equal to x is 2, y is 4. So there is my solution to these simultaneous equations. Okay, so let's do it again with our calculator. And so in order to do it with my calculator, I need to rewrite these equations. Because I'm going to put y equals. I need to rewrite them so it's y equal to something. And so to do that, I'm going to take y and move it over all by itself. So it's 3x minus 2 is equal to positive y because I add y to this side. I'm going to do the same thing here. So I get x plus 2 is equal to y. So here are my two equations. And I'm going to go to my graph. And so the top one will be 3x. Oh, quit that. Go back to y equals. Let me try that again. 3x plus 2. Oh, minus 2. And I do x plus 2. And then I hit graph. And while it's graphing, I'll make myself a little sketch here. And I can see one of the lines is roughly going like this. Like that. And the other line will be going like that. And so then my point here, I want the calculate menu. So second trace. And I'm going to do intersection, which is number 5. And here I'll make it big again so we can actually see. First curve, look at the blue curve, that's the first equation. So I'm going to hit enter on that. And now it asks me for second curve. It switched to the other equation. Hit enter. And I'm going to guess now. I'm going to guess 2. And I already knew that was the answer, so that is going to be correct. So this point is 2, 4. This line is y is equal to 3x minus 2. This is y is equal to x plus 2. And so my solution is there and here. If I keep on going, I can do it with the table as well. So when I go to my calculator, if I go to the table graph, so second graph, and if I scroll down, they're getting closer and closer. There I can see If I see that, I can see that this is where they are the same. With this value here, I know very clearly that when x is 2, both of the y values are 4. So when x equals 2, both are 4. So they are sharing this point together, which is what the table shows there. There is the solution. And then finally, the most efficient way overall is polysimultaneous equations. So I go to apps. In my case, it's number 4. You should find this polysmult 2. It may be in a different spot than yours. Hit enter. And I'm going to do number 2, simultaneous equation solver 2. I have 2 equations, 2 unknowns, so I hit next. And now is where I put my coefficients in. When I look at my equations, I know I have to have an equal sign. So if I go from these equations here, I need to have it so that it's something x plus something y equal to something. I have to rearrange the equations so that's the truth. So when I look at here, I have to take the -2, move it over, and the +2 and move it over. And so when I have that, the first one will be 3x minus y equals +2 when I bring it over. And the other one will be x minus y equals -2 when I bring it over. So these are the values that I place into the matrix here. So I can just overwrite them. I just go 3, enter, -1, +2, and then 1, -1, enter, and -2. Don't forget the enter button, enter, and then solve. And again, I get the 2 and the 4 as shown. And I know that x, y is equal to 2, 4. And so if you're using polysimultaneous, there's no work to show. You just get to show the answer. You go right to the answer. And if you have your calculator, we expect you to use it to its best. So by all means, just put the answer down from polysimultaneous. Continuing along, on your packet, you have 2 other questions to do. Please make sure you do them before you come to class. It is good practice that you do this. It will make me and your teachers very happy.